Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, hey, guys, who's getting ready for 2022? Farah, you only have a couple of minutes left.
Yeah, I think it's around 1 hour. Yeah, now it's 11. 1 hour and 2 minutes. Yeah,
Yeah,
countdown
yeah.
now.
And then
Still
Istiak
waiting for
is,
the
About 3 hours, basically, give or
yeah,
take.
he's gonna go next, and
Mhm.
from there I'll be last. So, hoping you guys enjoy a wonderful 2022
Thank you,
and
brother.
the very best in store for you. Um, any big resolutions before we get started?
um I guess
Any
for me it will be try to be a more balanced, living a more balanced approach in life, and be healthy, and a lot of self care as well. And I
Okay.
also wish all the others, you know, great recovery and healing. Whoever who has actually going through some the difficult challenges in 2021. Yeah.
Absolutely. And Istiak?
Yeah, so I actually posted about it on LinkedIn today, and I had 4 items on my list. One was sleep more, at least try and sleep 6 hours every 24 hours. Doesn't have to be at a stretch, but just get 6 hours of sleep. I think the second was just try and work out 3 times a week at least. Um, Volunteer more. That's the one thing I've done in the last. It's given me the most joy the last 1 year, just volunteering. I want to do that more, and of course, learn more. That's my fourth resolution.
Well, sounds awesome. Sounds awesome. When we come back from the opening for today, I'll hit you guys with my resolutions.
Ooh, when the time's right, I light up and ride off in sunsets and Corvettes. Like I'm the plug and you don't know. Well, why? I do these things and I don't know. Just trying to go and prove myself to be one of the best I can. Yeah, I wouldn't wanna let you down. I care about the things you said. It's just that I don't see myself. Yeah. Keep in mind I got longevity days now.
Thank you for joining us on the Presents Streaming Network. Well, hey guys, I promise when we come back after the beginning of the show, my resolutions for everybody out there, obviously, to learn more about new chains that are opening up. The original Bitcoin and all of its designs. There's actually been people who have come out and said we're going to reinvent that wheel and add to it and make it even better. And I know some people have found that to be quite audacious or robust or ignorant or disrespectful to Bitcoin. But if you look at some of the guests that we've had on previous shows and the tips that they've directed us to, thanks to Farah's awesome questions. If everybody recalls Farah's question time during the show, she has some good ones, and she'll typically ask people, hey, what are your big tips? And so I go back and then visit those sites, and you can see it's not going to be the same blockchain and the same crypto offerings forever. They actually are making them better and better and better and in different areas. So that's one of my big resolutions. Obviously, to lose weight. My wife hates it when I do
Same here.
that. So,
Same here.
but yeah, I'm working on that. I think Panda said it best when she mentioned to me one day from India, yes, we're sitting around here watching Netflix and eating all day to get fat, Martin. I was like, oh my gosh, you guys are doing that over there too? She's like, we're no different than you, Martin. It needs to stop. I was like, everyone is going through the same thing, watching Netflix and stuff. So those are my big resolutions moving into 2022. And Happy New Year to everybody.
Happy New Year, everyone.
Yeah.
Happy New Year to you too.
Well, let me jump into today's show then, because we had some questions that came in the Presidential Service Center crypto group. And, you know, they were pretty interesting. People were asking, like, what is the difference between mining and staking? And so I'm glad that they feel comfortable enough to ask the most basic questions, especially from somebody like me who's a cook. You know, I try to explain things to myself and never pretend that I'm an expert. How do you guys feel about, you know, casting yourself as being an expert in all of this out there?
I'm still learning. For all I know, every day we're learning new things. Yeah, and those are very interesting things. Yep.
Yeah.
So I'm a self-professed crypto dummy. Okay, I came into the scene about 6 months ago, and I'm still learning. I am definitely not an expert. All right, it's just coming onto this show. Joining. I'm a member of the GBA. I'm the director of marketing there. So just joining in on all the meetings. It's been the most educational experience for the last 3 to 6 months. Has been extremely educational for me in this space.
Absolutely.
And
I
there's
think that's
much more to go. All right, I don't think this is gonna end the way it's developing the sector.
exactly. I mean, we all enjoy watching, you know, Netflix and stuff like that. Like I mentioned, it is fun, but obviously, you know, you can learn a lot from watching shows on Netflix and HBO and other channels. But also we can learn from each other and really, you know, telling people that I'm not an expert. I'm really probably not a genius. I'm just here learning like anyone else. So, you know, that's the big thing. And I thought we would take a second there to talk about that. So, we have a lot of WhatsApp groups, and one of them is the crypto, NFT, and blockchain group. And so we have quite a few members in there. I think it's up to like 60, 56, 60 members. And so I'll just jump over there in case people are wondering at the Presidential Service Center. How do you get in there? What does it look like? What's he talking about with the crypto group, etc.? Let me just share my screen here for everybody out there in TV land, like we used to call it in the old days. It's TV as much as we want it to be. It's tablets, it's laptops, it's cell phones, and I'll just jump in there to the Presidential Center. So you can go to uspsc.org, and it'll bring you in here. And of course, we have a magazine, medals, awards, and school and big banquet dinner, plus a gift shop and our educational institute, the IAHHRM Institute. And when you come in here, you know, there's a bunch of stuff with our exhibits and work that we're doing and everything coming up. So just take a look at all that stuff. But if you were to go in here and make this drop down in the trustees and board, can you guys see that okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can see.
Yeah. So it comes up. And of course, you know, our magazine is very popular. We're working on the next issue. In fact, right now, deadline is February 1st. And down here, you'll see the various committees after our board members and all of our trustees. Now, there's Farah, who's on today's show right now. Farah lives in Kuala Lumpur. And, of course, that's very close to Singapore.
Yep.
And, guys, we even have people ask me questions like, hey, where – I didn't want to mention it during the show, Marty, but where is that? So, and if you click on any of these hot links here, it'll bring you over. Friend up Farah on LinkedIn. It'll bring you over to her profile
Right.
and link up with her. So when you do that, it's kind of handy. All of these are all hot linked. But I had somebody ask me the other day where the Petronas Towers were, and so
You must
I'm
come
like,
here
man,
first.
you don't know where the Petronas Towers are? So let me just kind of sort of show, I always say seeing is believing. I'm coming to you today from the Presidential Center here. I'm in the office, getting ready to go out shopping just outside of Charlotte, North Carolina. And we're going to go shopping in a little bit. We've got to get all the food together for tomorrow's live class. We're cooking around the world. And I'm here in Charlotte in the state called North Carolina. So I'll shrink this down a little bit more for you here. And is that showing up okay for you guys?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And Istiak is over in Bangladesh today?
Yes.
Or are you traveling?
No, I've been stuck here for the last 2 years.
Okay.
I'm trying to get out.
Okay. So you poor guys. So Istiak is over here, right here in Bangladesh.
Yes.
And yeah, I mean, I'm always glad that people are actually comfortable enough to ask these questions like, hey, that guy, Istiak, somebody asked me about 4 weeks ago, where is he? And Farah, of course, is here in Malaysia. This is her country. And I mentioned Kuala Lumpur.
Yep.
So just so folks can kind of sort of visually see, I always say a picture is worth 1,000 words, right? There's the Petronas Towers, the famous Petronas Twin Towers. Of course, you guys might remember this from, wasn't it featured, Farah, in one of the Mission Impossible films? Wasn't Tom Cruise swinging back and forth in between here or something?
I think that was
Perhaps
Dubai.
so. Wasn't quite sure. Perhaps so.
MI6 or one of those, yeah.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
this is a massive banking capital worldwide, known all over the earth. The famous Petronas Towers and the banking capital of Kuala Lumpur. And I'll just
We
turn
have
it
a partner's office there, Marty. Just across the road. A partner's office. Yeah.
Cool. Very cool. So that's Farah. And then when you go down a little bit further on this board, you'll see our committees. And you'll see the crypto committee is right here, the United States Presidential Service Center Crypto Committee. And it mentions our authorized people by name with a link again. And there's a link right there, again, to Chairperson Farah is the chairperson, and it obviously takes you to LinkedIn. So if you're fishing around on these various different committees and trying to figure out who's in charge, who do I contact, where's the information, that's all here. And you see the link right there to the Crypto Genius streaming show. And this will take you into presentsnetwork.com. And Crypto Genius show is just right down here. So you can watch all the shows you want, by the way. And we don't have a subscription fee. That's another popular question. Is it gate access or Patreon gate where I have to pay to get in? I think that's a popular one. But the reruns of previous episodes are right here. So feel free to go in there. It takes you right into YouTube, and it'll take you actually into the playlist to watch any of the shows, like Tejas Chopra from Netflix. His was a very popular show. And as soon as we're done this show, it'll auto archive in about 4 minutes. Well, my goodness, Farah, we have a fantastic guest today. You want to tell us a little bit about what's going on today? So I'm going to put a pause on that, Farah. That shows up to almost 2,000 views. And did you get a chance to watch that show, Ista?
Not really. I was very surprised. I was looking for the Crypto Genius show today, and I realized that I didn't subscribe to it before. Okay, I was like, wait a minute. I've been on this show twice, and I didn't subscribe. So put the subscription. Put the bell next to it. Click on the bell next to it. So yeah, I'm gonna be updated from now on.
Okay, cool. Yeah, Nadeem Sheikh from PayScript was also a fascinating show. The inventor of PayScript, and Marcus Hardin from Paris, France, who invented the NFT
Yeah, that was an
museums.
amazing show.
Yeah, another really cool show. So, guys, just pop in there anytime you feel like. And what I'm going to do now is honestly, let's just run over to Tron. So, we're going to talk a little bit about Tron today. And we're not talking about Tron, the original film. A lot of people wonder are you talking about like Jeff Bridges? Because I went on the ride for Tron at Disney. It's a new ride at Disney. So, but no, we're not talking about the 1982 science fiction action movie called Tron. And guess what? There was an updated one made for Tron. It's relatively new and it just came out. So, yeah, this is the ride actually at Disney too with the motorcycles.
Yeah.
And some people call me Jeff Bridges. You know, they call me a father of the internet. You're like Jeff Bridges. So he was a big star in the show. But no, we're not talking about this Tron. We're talking about Justin Sun, a good friend who invented Tron. And we'll jump down there to that. But you can see it's a bit confusing, even if you're, like I said, you're at the Disney, ride, or you find yourself in Disney and you go on the Tron ride. It's been pretty popular. But yeah, let's go into Tron, of course, and take a look. And as I said, the new film has come out. So if you're interested in that, and the call sign for Tron, the crypto is TRX. So as you do something like that in your search, like Tron TRX, or you do something like Tron crypto, you're going to start to get all the same results for Tron. Okay. And this is really where you want to go. And notice all these, the first couple of ones are all ads. So be careful. I'm a big fan of Tron. And here's where you really want to go. You really want to be at tron.network.
Got it.
And this is where this question came from, because I made a comment that, I had unstaked thousands and thousands, close to 8,000 shares of Tron just before the new year. And that I'm a big staker. And so somebody was like, dude, what are you talking about? What are you like staking and unstaking and earning rewards? And how do you earn free shares of Tron? And so this is a Tron, the official site. Have you guys been here?
No.
Not yet, exactly. Not exactly. But
Okay.
Martin, tell us, how did you actually got started with Tron?
Yeah, so I got started with Tron thanks to Justin. He's the founder of Tron, and been featured all over the world, from Forbes, to the World Economic Forum. He's got headquarters here in America and, of course, in Asia. And he's a child genius. And really, when he put up all that money, for the annual luncheon with Warren Buffett. Yeah, I don't know if anybody remembers that. Where Justin paid like a lot of dough. So this was pretty cool. And this is something that Warren does every year. He holds actually a runoff. But this was a $4.6 million lunch.
Wow.
And so this is a contest that he hosts. And whoever puts up the most money, that actually gets donated, to charity.
Nice.
So look how young Justin was then.
Nice. How old
So,
was he
and
when
then-
he invented Tron?
What's that?
How old was he when he, invented Tron?
Oh my gosh. I don't know, man. I mean, there's been things he said that he was actually working on ideas as a child that
Nice.
were like even beyond concept or conceptualization. And as things have evolved and more utilities became available that you could could actually make your dreams come true. But yeah, this was a $4.6 million
Awesome.
launch. And so I wrote to Justin actually, and he friended me up, and that's how we kicked off our friendship. And then he delayed the luncheon for like a year, which was really shocked. He wasn't feeling good. And so he did apologize, and he then went to the club, the Omaha Country Club, and actually finally had the luncheon. And he brought a bunch of friends with him. So I always say, like, it's a smart idea. If you bring a bunch of your smartest friends with you to the lunch, you might want to friend all those people up as well. And
Yeah.
that's just how I think. So then I went all around the internet and LinkedIn, looking up all the people who attended the luncheon and friending each one of them up. And that's how I become friends with even more. But I figured like the luncheon was just for Justin only, but he decided he wanted to bring a bunch of friends with him. So it was really cool for Warren to allow him to bring even more people. But this was a big thing, Farah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I know a lot of people were like, "Holy heck, who is this dude?"
So, yeah, Marty, at what level did you get in Tron, and how is your experience trading with Tron
Yeah,
over
so
the years?
let's go back to the Tron site. In fact, and what I'll do is I'll go up to the front page. But anytime you guys want, just I clicked on about, and this brings you to the about page. If you'd like to read a little more on the timeline of when Tron starts and everything, and they go back in time for you, so you go all the way back. And my experience with the foundation has been pretty cool, because one thing they're doing now is loans, low cost loans.
Wow.
So you'll see a lot of stuff, the D apps and all the different items. Of course, here's their token TRX. This is what I basically it's a mainnet token. I've got almost 8,000 shares of this.
Mm-hmm.
I think today, the market cap is at close to 79.27. The global ranking is number 27,
Mm-hmm.
and 43 million accounts that hold TRX. And they put out an awesome report every week on LinkedIn. They actually report on themselves, and they'll do it in at least a dozen languages.
Nice.
So whatever you read best, their self-report, everything that's going down. And a shout out to John Deep there. But yeah, if you're on there, of course, and you want to do the same thing, just look up Tron on LinkedIn. You can. And you'll see the Tron Foundation is right there. And I get their report.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of nice. And here is the latest report right here. The weekly report. This is what you're looking for right here, the weekly report.
Mm-hmm.
And this is their international version. So, like I said, they publish it in a number of different languages. This week at 14 languages.
Mm-hmm.
And this thing is chock full loaded with goodies. So
It's Arabic, yeah.
yeah, yep. So this is not easy to do in 14 different languages.
Mm-hmm.
But here we are for this week here. All the stuff that they've completed, the architecture, they'll tell you, they're working on the integration mechanism for a parachain that'll provide cross-chain communication, recursive proof composition, everything that's going down. And then they have a core data report, which will show the top of the top, their height, 36.56 million, and they're on 1,332 nodes. All this stuff, if you don't understand it, it's too mind-numbing. It's complex. It's over my head. I feel like a dumbass. Join the club, okay? Join the club of dumbasses. But the more you read and study, and when I find a word in English that I don't understand, I look it up.
Yeah.
That's honestly how I've educated myself. I know I have 2 master's degrees, but I'm the dumbest cook slaving away on a submarine for 8 years underwater, working 126 hours per week. You know, I'm not any better than anyone else. They have a big community update, and this will include a lot of public relations things that Justin is doing or that the company is doing. And here you see just this month, he acting as an ambassador and permanent representative of Grenada to the World Trade Organization, stated in an open letter on winning Bezos' Blue Origin auction. In June, I won the auction to join Blue Origin's mission with Jeff Bezos, the world's richest man, with a record-breaking $28 million. This will be where the story of me, Tron, and space begins. So he bid $28 million to go to outer space, and they're just going to report to you different public relations things here and announcements. And so you're getting this report every week. Also, Justin announced the launch of the Sea of Stars project. So selecting 5 different warriors to explore the space with him in the 4th quarter. And it was covered in Reuters, Forbes, Bloomberg, Yahoo Finance, People's Daily, and Jinhaonet. So this is all this stuff here. Media coverage and partnership will be featured for Tron, and trading, and then developer community products. These are all new products that they're issuing. And anything you guys see that got a comment or...
So I was just researching, doing a little bit of research on Tron before the show, and you mentioned they were up at they're the 25th largest cryptocurrency right now by market cap. Am I correct?
27.
Yes.
27. So just in August, all right, they were at 31st place according to I think I'm looking at fool.com, motleyfool.com. All right. So wow, like what is it? August, September, October, November, December. In 4 months, they've climbed almost 4. Pretty impressive.
Yeah,
And,
we're climbing.
Yeah, exactly. And little fun fact I found was that the supply of USD coin on Tron surpassed 108 million less than a month after support for it launched. Okay, so that's very impressive.
Yeah. And honestly, I started with about 6,000 shares, I think. And so by staking, I was able to crank it up higher and higher and higher. And
So it became 80,000.
yeah, I'm up to almost 8,000 now.
8,000.
I just claimed some more rewards, in fact, this morning.
So is this Tron, is it like log staking that you have to place it for like 1 month, 3 months, 6 months?
Yeah, really, Farah, it's kind of sort of up to you. Let me put that on pause. And what I wanted to do today for everybody is my daughter and I we use this whiteboard a lot to write on the screen. And let me do that 1 second and see if you guys are able to see this app. We do various different algorithms, and can you guys see that screen there?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, anytime we don't understand math, we bring up this screen. So we may watch a YouTube video or something to try to figure out what we're supposed to be doing today. With her in school, she's in a very advanced digital school called Cleveland Innovation Academy. So I wonder if I write on there, if you guys are able to see that.
Yeah, we can.
Okay, so yeah, The call sign for this is TRX, and it's much like the stock exchange. People ask me, hey, what's the ticker? Okay, so we could call that a ticker or the call sign. It's TRX. Okay, so if you're using a very safe wallet and you look up TRX, uh, you know, then you'll see we're always recommending on our sites um, to use a very secure wallet, a safe wallet. And I'll just run back in here. Um, so I'm a big fan of Trust Wallet. If you're down on the bottom of our website here and you come into Mangello Associates Marketing Agency at any time, you'll see me there standing on the right. And right here is the real coin offering that I invented. And you'll notice here we actually have some information for you. And this will give you a direct link for Trust Wallet. So I'm a big fan of Trust Wallet for wallets, but it doesn't mean it's the best wallet in the world. It just means it's really good. And also, this will take you with a direct link. And then you'll notice if you want to get something like a wallet, never download it from, some website. Always get it on the official Google Play or the Apple App Store. Okay. Let's stay on official websites. And that doesn't mean that Google Play has never had a bad, app on it that people complained about and said, they're ripping me off and it stinks and it's being used for malicious interlopers to enter into my system. And then Google rips it off and bans them, forever. But if you like to collect NFTs or you just want to earn crypto, I love Trust Wallet. And when you click get it on Google Play, it's going to take you to the authorized Google Play website right there. Okay. So also one other big tip that we mentioned is Trezor. So the cell phone is called a soft wallet.
Mm-hmm.
And like a leather wallet, we call that a soft wallet. So there's a picture of a wallet. We call this a soft wallet. So this is your cell phone wallet. So just not to confuse people and talk over their head, but to talk on a basic level of a blue collar cook. And then we have a thing called a hard wallet. And honestly, for that, we mentioned Trezor is a good hard wallet. So at Trezor.io, and this is, for big amounts of money. So ask yourself, would you walk around, Ista, with a soft wallet made out of leather in your back pocket with like 30,000 in cash in it?
Well, okay. First of all, I don't have at present I don't have a wallet because Bangladesh has a current ban on cryptocurrencies. So I don't really have a wallet or anything of the sort. But at the same time, um, um, I heard a very interesting story about Trezor. Is it how do you pronounce it? Trezor?
Trezor, yeah.
Trezor, yeah. So I heard a very interesting story about Trezor. That you mentioned it is for big transactions. And recently, we have something called the State of Cryptocurrency Show for the GBA, which happened just a couple of days ago. And one of our actual crypto geniuses, Nabil Malik, was in Dubai, and he mentioned a very interesting story. He mentioned that he was at a uh, store for Bugatti, all right, showroom for Bugatti, and he was looking at a car, and someone he asked basically he was curious about the car, he's a car junkie, and they mentioned it was $3 million, and he says, well, how do people pay for it? And so, in Dubai, people are actually paying for cars with like a hard wallet. Someone came in like 2 weeks ago, said, do you accept bitcoins? And the showroom said yes. He brought in a hardware. I'm not sure if it was Trezor or any other wallet, but apparently just plug it in. He enters some kind of code, and that's it. It's
That's
a
it.
very interesting thing, and it happened like within like I don't know a minute, maybe. That's it.
That's
So
it.
it's an
So
amazing. Yeah.
you're exactly right. The reason we mentioned this is because you can have a soft wallet like Trust Wallet on your cell
Mhm.
phone. But if you've got big amounts of money, you wouldn't want to have like $70,000 on your cell phone. You want to take like 50,000 of that off and put it on a hard wallet, which is a Trezor stick, and then keep that in a fireproof safe or a safe deposit box wherever. And I think that's why that guy is digging through the dump. He's looking for his hard wallet that he lost. I know it's been all over the news. He's digging through the dump, looking through all the trash, and he actually
Mhm.
bought the whole dump. It's something like 20 hectares of trash, and he's going to look through it for the next year
Oh my God.
because he's got like $500 million, and he believes it's in that dump in the trash somehow somewhere.
Oh my God.
I
So
How
think
much
we
is
have
it,
to.
Marty?
Sorry.
Sorry.
I
How
think we
much is
have to
it?
create something that can actually detect that Trezor wallet if it goes missing, like
yeah,
an element that you can actually track, perhaps a metal or something.
exactly. The last thing we recommend to people of high risk, high level risk stars is the Google Titan key. So you may seriously want to look at getting a Titan key, and it's phishing resistant and tamper resistant. If you don't have a Titan key and you are a high value target, um, then you want to absolutely take a look at getting a Titan key. If you're under attack or being followed, and this is a gold fob that you'll get out of your safe, you'll have to inject it into your cell phone or into your computer, touch it with your finger, that little gold circle there,
Mhm.
Mhm.
and then this will access certain accounts. Because what we've had happen here in the United States is we've had people actually going into the cell phone store and the mobile store and paying the general manager like 30,000 in an envelope with cash and telling them, you know, I want you to give me a new phone right now. And you put this person's phone number on it. And in the computer where it says, did you check their government issued ID card or passport? You mark yes. And I actually have the person's number to type in. And so then they transfer the account immediately onto the brand new phone. And what happened in the Wall Street Journal was the gentleman mentioned like he was at work at the hedge fund, and he noticed that his phone stopped working, and then within about an hour he wasn't getting email and stuff anymore on his phone, and about an hour and a half he decided there must be a network interruption or some type of problem going on. And during lunchtime, he went over to the Verizon store, and he asked them like, "What's going on with my phone? I mean, everything is down. My WhatsApp, my everything is down. My Gmail." And that's when he of course got a call and decided like I better really start finding out. And the guy told him at the store, no, you came into the Brooklyn store at about 9 o'clock this morning and bought a new phone, and we transferred your number to it. And he's like, no, I didn't. And he was at a different store. He's like, no, I didn't. What are you talking about? You're crazy. They were able to steal about 86,000 from him by doing that. So it was worth giving the general manager, of course, who the FBI arrested, the general manager. Of course, he admitted to all this. They gave me an envelope of cash. And this has been happening at T-Mobile, Verizon, Sprint, AT&T, where they go in and give the person cash. And you better bet that the very first thing they do is when they switch the phone number. You know how you get all those things, Issa? It says, "Would you like to receive a text message to verify who you are?"
Hmm.
Well, of course, they have your phone number now. And of course, they get the number, the 6-digit PIN, and they type it into your bank account to go online, or to whatever they want. They have control of your Google, all your Gmail, everything. And they're getting those text messages, Farah.
Mhm.
So what do you think about this trick? What are your comments about this trick, Farah?
I think is uh, not to say people who are very creative minded and sometimes it's unthinkable what they're doing. Yeah.
I have a question to ask actually. All right. Don't they verify the SIM card transfer with, for example, over here, the company that I'm registered with, they need my fingerprint, all right, to get the transfer actually happen. All right, otherwise it will not happen. I
Right.
lost my SIM once, and went in, sent someone, one of my guys first, to get me the replacement, and then I had to go down to the what do you call it, the I guess you could say center, and after they verified that it was actually me, then they gave me my SIM card, SIM card right there. Okay, so we have a national registry and everything, and so you don't have that. I mean, I would expect that to be the case over there as well in Verizon, or any of the
We
other.
we are getting smarter, and I think the FBI was quite shocked to see that a general manager of a store who's making over $100,000 a year would take a $30,000 bribe in cash in an
Oh,
envelope and switch somebody illegally, knowing that this is not really the person,
hmm.
and switch their whole phone number to a brand new device and allow them to walk out the store. They were very shocked, and the way to stop them from getting control of your stuff is with a Google Titan key.
Mhm.
Because if you don't have that key, when it pops up, oh, trying to add everything to a new phone, please insert your key into the bottom of the cell phone now.
Hmm.
And it's a USB 2.0 with a dongle. So unless you physically have that golden white key on Earth, you are not switching anything.
Okay, I'm buying one right now.
Okay. so so I'm going to go back to, I was here at Tron equals TRX. I was going to go back to
Staking. Yeah.
staking. And so let's just put that down.
Sure.
Yeah.
The question was, what is the difference between staking and mining? And honestly, before we get into all this, was where I just wanted to mention, the safety measures, because I have talked with even attorneys who have been ripped off
Mhm.
like 10 grand. But remember, we talked about the hard wallet and the soft wallet,
Yes.
and that you need to have that. And then we talked about a Google Titan key. So I'm just going to put them over here for people, especially folks watching this later.
Hmm.
Just going to put those over here to the side. So, Farah, do you want to talk a little bit about mining for everyone out there first?
I would like to talk a bit about staking for a bit.
You want to go to
Just
staking first? Okay.
yeah, yeah. Just when I was just exploring Binance and I see the very many revenue models that they have, from yield farming, they have yield wash, they have Lido staking, they have Venus, they have BT Frame, and then they have games, which is a pool together, My Crypto Heroes. They have exchanges, Open Ocean, Sushi Swap, Pancake Swap, so many different revenue models that they have. The new dApps, which includes Air NFT, Rarible, Open Ocean, and DeFi, Sushi Swap, Venus, and Beefy Finance, so many. And then I just, was curious, so I went over to the log staking site, and I see that there are around 81 log staking products. So in average, they make an APY of around 20% over 30 days. So just now before coming on the show, I had the opportunity to go and check it out again, and I see
Nice.
that Porto is giving out 40.45% in 10 days, but it's already sold out, guys. Sorry. And there's another one that is AXX XC Infinity. Also, all three sold out at 111% for 30, 60, 90 days. Wonderful. And another one is CTSI. That one is still available. So yeah, you can check that one out. Yeah. So and
Exactly.
then the comparison between lock staking and DeFi staking, I see that DeFi staking has less products. This is actually over in Binance. DeFi staking has 11 products, and the lock staking has around 81. And difference is that I think there's a lower APY for the DeFi staking, and there's a flexible lock and a minimum locked amount for the DeFi staking. And for mining, I'm not such an expert to speak on it, but I think there's something where you have to do like validate the blocks on the blockchain or something like that.
Yes.
Maybe, yeah, maybe you are in better position to speak about it, to validate the
Well,
block and to
you
choose the
know,
validator. Yeah.
I like to recommend people, if you've never been to Investopedia, it's like an encyclopedia, go to
Yeah, I love it.
investopedia.com, and you can learn like so much stuff. Even if you're a dumb cook like me from the Navy, you can, learn. And this whole industry with blockchain and Bitcoin and crypto and NFTs, it's accepting anybody from florists to dog walkers to housekeepers. There's been so many people who have made so much money and are so excited about just investing a little something in this aspect, not their whole kit and caboodle. But let's check this out.
Mhm.
Bitcoin mining is the process of using sophisticated computers to verify the legitimacy of Bitcoin transactions and to enter new Bitcoins into circulation. Most of the nearly 18.5 million Bitcoins in circulation have been created by miners. To earn Bitcoins through mining, miners need to meet two conditions. First, they need to verify 1 megabyte worth of Bitcoin transactions, also known as a block. This is done by using a complex computer system to calculate a mathematical equation and come up with a 64-digit hexadecimal code, or hash. Step 2 is a little trickier. To get paid, a miner has to be the first one to arrive at the right answer, or at least the closest to the answer. This process, also called proof of work, is designed to make users expand effort solving a mathematical quiz in order to deter fraudulent Bitcoin sales. The process uses graphic processing units, or GPUs, and application-specific integrated circuits, or ASICs, to solve extremely complex computational math problems. Bitcoin Protocol says that the number of Bitcoins will be capped at 21 million, but with the mining rate being reduced over time, it's likely the final Bitcoin won't be circulated until the year 2140.
All right, so there you go, guys. Were you able to hear that okay?
Yep.
Yeah,
Okay, so this is all the new gold rush, right? And there's also dirty mining that people are complaining about now. That's filthy.
yeah.
And so that gets a little bit weird. They're like, what are they talking about now? So depending on what kind of energy source you use to run your mine, which a mine is actually, you're going to go into like a supercomputer room, that somebody's hosting. They made a lot of these illegal in China recently, Turkey and India. And the United States has embraced all this and is supporting it and encouraging blockchain and crypto and all these things. But you go into a supercomputer facility and they'll take you into one of their mines where they actually have tons and tons of computers that are running these algorithms and mining every day. So what they're talking about with filthy mining that's dirty is the energy source that is providing energy to that. Is it green energy? Or is it fossil fuel? So that's what dirty, filthy mining is, and why some people are against. Oil or coal is supplying the power source for that, and that's been a little bit confusing. People are asking also, what's the dirty mining all about?
There's some very interesting point that you brought out. I think I saw somewhere that some people use waste to actually come up with the energy. I think it's human
Yeah.
waste or some animal waste, and it
Yeah.
becomes ethanol and it becomes electricity or something like that. Yeah,
Yeah. So,
gasification.
Farah,
Yeah.
we actually, my family was part owner of one of the largest recycling plants in Bangladesh, and we
Oh,
used to do waste recycling. Okay, we used to generate energy from waste.
wonderful.
Unfortunately, the project failed, unfortunate circumstances and everything, but it's definitely possible. There were, I think, about 8 different waste items from which we could extract energies and sell it back to the market. So it is definitely possible. However, I do have one comment about the China shutting down the mining operations. Okay, I find it very funny that or a little suspicious that they are shutting down something that is somewhat decentralized, that is giving rise to a decentralized ecosystem, then go after the other industries which are using the same sources of energy. Okay, so I'm gonna just say go out there and say there may be a little bit of bias involved.
Yeah,
Yeah. So let me
very
run
interesting.
back over here to the paint then. So mining guys, actually we were talking about the couple of ways to mine was the supercomputer office building, where there's
Hmm.
tons and tons of computers in there,
Yeah.
and you go in and they're obviously mining every day.
Mhm.
And so they're either processing transactions is considered mining. But
Mhm.
another thing is just there are geniuses out there who can solve complex problems and win a prize,
Mm.
and they are actually independent miners. So you can either process transactions, and run a mine, or you can just be an independent miner with your own pickaxe and solve some of the world's most complex, mathematical algorithms, and win prizes for that as an independent miner with your own pickaxe. And why don't we'll put a hard hat on that guy too, because that would be like an independent miner. So two different ways to mine. Any questions about mining or any other comments, guys?
Do we have any comments in our LinkedIn and YouTube streams? Huh?
Let's check in. Let me check and
Yeah.
see, and
Yeah.
run back over there and see if there's any questions coming in from the audience here, guys. We do have several comments actually coming in. Let me see. Well, this one I don't necessarily understand, but uh, Vom Bared. Oh, maybe he's encouraging us to take a look at vom.red. Okay. Da. Spasiba. Thank you very much. Soji said he hadn't tried cryptocurrency yet, but it is part of his New Year plan to start with it. Hey, Soji, thank you so much. That's cool. Yeah, yeah. A lot of people are. It's still not too late to get in on the fun. If you'd like to. Kulsum is wishing everybody a happy New Year. Thank you so much, Kulsum Badri. These are different friends that we talk with. That's all the comments worth putting up. I can't put them all up because if somebody says something bad, then we're not going to put it up, right? So,
Of course.
so uh, let me just mention then about staking, okay? Because a lot of people have been asking what was the difference, and I'll share my screen again with staking and see if we can help a couple of folks out here who would like to make some free shares, increase their wallet, grow it like I have for thousands and thousands of shares. So I'll just erase a little bit of space here and get rid of the pickaxe. And let's get a little more space in. Yeah. So staking. let me do this, guys. Let me start a new one here. Give us a little bit more room. So when you're in your wallet, you'll notice that some of the crypto will offer you the opportunity to stake a claim, okay? And they'll mention to you they're going to pay like an APR.
APY. Yeah.
Yeah, or an APY.
Mhm.
And I think
Mhm.
yesterday I noticed on my Tron there was one that was offering 5.29. That's what they were willing to pay.
Wow.
Per month.
This was actually, it was a minimum 3-day hold. So if you move,
Okay. Oh, that's
you know,
nice.
if you move, and one mistake that I recommend do not make is don't put, like, if you've got, say, 5,000 shares, don't move the whole thing over onto it, because every
Mhm.
time you move back and forth, you have to pay a tiny, tiny, tiny little fee.
Yeah.
So leave like a little bit to always have to work with. Don't move
Mhm.
the whole amount over, because then you'll be screwed and people get frustrated. They're like, yeah, now I had to go buy more just to like be able to bring it back. It's like, I told you not to move the whole thing, man. You know, always leave a little bit, that's untouched. So this one was just, and they'll show you the different, if they're on Trust Wallet, they're reputable, but they'll show you different offers that are currently available. There might be one that says something like, oh, they have a minimum, 2-week hold. Okay, so it's really up to you. And I generally am leaving my stuff to grow, and it might be a little bit higher or something.
Oh,
Okay,
1.29%.
but it's up to you when you're in your wallet. And I
Mhm.
use Trust Wallet, so you know what you want to do. But I'm generally somewhere in the 4.5% range
Mhm.
is where I'm generally seeing, and that's good for Marty. And I sit on my stuff at least 30 days,
Mhm.
and I generally move like 30 to 50 shares at a time as a reward. I'll claim my rewards. And that's another little function. Just you'll notice it says claim rewards. So you can leave the whole amount staked, but you can go in there and start to claim rewards every month. And you'll notice after like a year, it's like, wow, man, every month I do this, it's like 30 to 50 shares. I've done
Mhm.
this for like a year. Um, and wow, I built up like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of free shares. So,
So
and
Marty, yeah, 4.5% is for 3 days hold, and if you hold it for 30 days, it will be like around 45%, something like that.
each deal is different.
Oh,
So
okay.
so so each deal is different. You'll notice when you're in there, and each person wants to just review what's good for them. For me,
Mhm.
I have the process and the philosophy of I am prepared and ready to lose everything I have. Okay,
Risk capital, yes.
this is an unregulated, unlicensed, uncertified investment opportunity. The whole crypto thing, it's
Mm.
not regulated really by any entity on earth. And it's a
Mhm.
very dangerous, probably the most dangerous thing you could get involved in. And some people think it's cute and funny, and oh yeah, I put like 10,000 in there, and then it was regrettably one of the attorneys I was talking with, Farrah, said she lost everything. She was ripped off.
Oh
Okay.
my.
I don't think she was ripped off. More like she probably, went in when it was high and then it just adjusted or something. I'm guessing.
Yeah. Actually, the comment was that somebody was walking them through the process of purchasing screen by
Hmm.
screen,
Oh, oh.
and they're like, my 10,000 euro is gone.
Oh no.
So I'm really pissed off. And
Yeah.
it was like,
Yeah,
wow.
yeah, this kind of thing
Proceed.
I just want to highlight also. Of late, I find that a lot of accounts in Instagram, they have been approaching people, and they are trying to say that we are making this amount of money if you put in like $300 worth of Bitcoin or Ethereum or whatever, it will actually compound and become so much more by the end of the week or by the end of 2 weeks. And my suggestion is that please be very very careful about all
Yes.
these providers, because a lot of them are scams. Yeah.
Three of them right here on my Instagram right now.
Hmm.
No joke. All right. It's like coming in almost on a daily basis. I deleted about 17 yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And I remember Farah, it was mentioned to us the chain.link was something
Hmm.
was being looked at, and Flow and Solana and BitCloud. So I wanted to share that with everybody from
Hmm.
the previous show. Yeah, take a look at these various highly recommended items. Some of them are really cool, especially Chainlink has been mind blowing what they're doing.
Hmm.
They're really reinventing a lot of stuff. So, I thought like this was the most genius item ever, the whole blockchain and Bitcoin and Ethereum. I own Ethereum, I own Bitcoin. Obviously, those are great ones to have in your posse. Uh, have you guys invested in Algorand yet?
Not yet. Not yet.
So that was a
I can't invest. So
You have some?
oh, you
Yeah.
poor guy. We got to get you. I know you're looking forward to getting out of there.
yeah.
You've been trapped for 2 years. Where are you gonna move to, Isti?
Nah, at the moment, I think Bangladesh just has too many opportunities. It's an emerging economy, so I'm not moving anywhere. But yes, if I'm hoping that the government will come around. I think there's a big push from my generation and the next one and the subsequent ones to decentralize, and I do believe the government will come around sooner,
Yeah.
hopefully later than later.
Well, yeah, absolutely. Well, we'll be right back, guys. It's almost time for Farah's
Oh,
question.
it's actually New Year now here. Happy
Oh
New
my
Year.
gosh! Happy New Year.
Exactly 12 a.m.
Well,
2022. Happy New Year to both of you and everyone listening.
well, you rang in the New Year with us. You're not drunk and in a nightclub, so that's good. So, when we come right back, it's going to be Farah's question time. Take a break, get a cup of coffee or something, or a drink, guys. Farah's question time is always a lot of fun. And give us a second. We'll be back in about 6 minutes. for joining us on the Presents Streaming Network.
Did you ever miss someone who has passed away? Now there's the Missugram app, giving people a brand new way to tribute the lives of deceased loved ones, or simply remember tender memories. This exclusive app is a user-friendly social media platform, giving people everywhere a respectable and comfortable place to create private or public memoriams. Missugram has additional features like chat rooms and links to deceased databases and inspirational quotes. Users can also comment and connect on public posts. Join us and keep memories alive forever. Everyone wants to be remembered. For more details and download on the Google Play or Apple App Store, visit miss-u-gram.com.
Did you know that at least half of the world's population still does not have access to essential health services? One of the biggest problems in developing countries is the lack of medical monitoring devices. We have a solution. KipuWex. KipuWex is an easily attachable, lightweight IoMT device which continuously measures all the clinically relevant biomarkers vital to the assessment of your health. KipuWex uses smart algorithms to provide efficiently reliable measurements for healthcare professionals. The biomarkers can be monitored remotely, anywhere and at any time, with a mobile and web application. KipuWex is not limited by physical infrastructure and is suitable for professional use and in the future for home users as well. A simple user interface will let you choose which biomarkers you want to view. and displays them on easy to read graphs. We here at KipoX want to combat healthcare inequality and help millions of people around the world.
Well, okay, guys, we're back, and thank you so much to our sponsors who make the show possible. Without them, we wouldn't be in business. We wouldn't be on the air. We wouldn't be able to keep up. We really appreciate it. There was a question actually that came in about KeepAWex, I think. Istiak, you're interested in KeepAWex?
Yes, definitely. Definitely. It says it looks like an awesome product, actually. That's why.
Yeah, KeepAWex is from Finland, and one of the inventions and patent actually of Marco Hinola. So Marco and Tita, they had a small little commercial that ran a second ago. You may have noticed it from Finland.
Mhm.
Yeah. So that's Marco Hinola and Tita Quisma. So yeah, that's them. In fact, that was Tita's kids. And it was really sad, dude. They were supposed to be in Barcelona for the New Year today, and everything got canceled all of a sudden. It sucked.
Omicron.
Yeah, because of the restrictions and everything. This was a big gift from Marco. New Year's in Barcelona. That's them right there. So Marco also invented C Micro. Yeah, it's kind of a brand new microwave oven for the world to use, that the temperature is accurate. He's got several inventions, actually, if you're checking him out. Yeah. Well, hey, it's that time of day that everybody loves. You guys know it and are waiting for it. For this show, if you're busy watching, it's Farah's question time. So my questions typically stump people, and they're weird off-base questions that no one is ready for. But Farah, any fun questions for us this time?
Okay. I think it's more related to our main topic of cryptocurrency. So I see the current trend now is actually moving towards attaching an underlying asset to a token or an NFT. What are your thoughts on this, Marty and Istiak?
Okay, Istiak, I'm gonna hand that bomb off to you.
Sorry, can you repeat the question again?
I'm sending that bomb. I'm sending that bomb over to Ista.
Nice.
So my question was, nowadays we see that people are attaching an underlying asset to a token or an NFT. So what are your thoughts on this? I think it's going to be a game changer on
Yeah,
how people can do funds. Yeah.
Are you talking about underlying assets? What do you mean by underlying assets? Do you mean physical assets? Do you mean digital assets?
Yes,
Which one?
it could be physical assets. Usually, if people were to actually issue out NFTs, they probably maybe have they can have a painting, or they can also attach it to a real estate, or
Mhm.
they can also have it to
Mm-hmm.
any other kind of assets that they want. Like the ape board, what the board ape yacht club is like they're selling those, and why people are buying those is actually because is attached to an exclusive entrance to the
Well,
some of
I saw
prestigious.
one, Farah. It was like the diamond coin, and
Wow.
but it's actually backed by real diamonds, and of course we have seen gold and silver and other things like art. But what do you
Mhm.
think about that, Istiak?
So I think that is inevitable. I've been doing some research on NFTs lately. I'm part of the Government Blockchain Association Sustainability Environmental Stewardship Working Group, and we are actually working on a series of NFT papers on NFTs to discuss what the future of NFT, what the present and what the future of NFTs can look like. And I think we are heading in a direction where um, the beauty of NFTs is that once the token has been assigned to a particular object, or whether it's digital or physical, it's governed by a smart contract, and it's almost impossible. You can always it's traceable. You can always see exactly who actually owns it, right? And I think it would, in a country like Bangladesh, where fraudulent activities in regards to real estate, just regular thievery, or it happens all the time. uh, Attaching an item to a physical, I'll stick with physical at the moment, because over here in Bangladesh, digital assets are not exactly as I guess mainstream. But yeah, I can imagine on a place where real estate, like this, place I own, was an NFT. Okay, and I now own the token for this place. It is the document for this is perhaps turned into a digital, I don't know, you want to call it art or just a contract. Okay, and then once I do not want to live in this place anymore, I can just transfer it over, and happens over a couple of seconds, rather than the extensive process that most of us have to go to in the real estate sector. Right. So yeah, I do believe it's inevitable. I think everything is going to be just NFTs. In fact, I'd go as far as to say that due as the metaverse, all right, it's the talk of the town right
Yes.
now, right? Metaverse, all right. As we go more immersive into the metaverse, I think we ourselves are going to become tokenized. And in fact, I would go as far as to say that we're going to become non-fungible entities. Okay, and by the way, I did buy the domain name. In advance.
What a
but,
domain.
but yes, because at the end of the day, what's going to happen is that as we go, as we learn, I think the future of the world is um, people from all over the world are going to become something like non-fungible entities, because at the end of the day, there is nothing more unique than an individual. Marty, you, with your experience, your background, you are as unique as an individual as can be. There's In a billion years, there will be no one. There has not been one like you before in a billion years, and there's not going to be one like you in another billion years. Okay, so as a result, and your experiences, all right, the value of you as a non-fungible entity will be determined by your experiences, the work you've completed, and you might actually have opportunities opening up to you as a result of the NFT. The contract will determine exactly where, what jobs or work you can be assigned, what kind of work you can take. I think it's a game changer. All right, sorry to
Well,
go.
this has been a big thing, and I don't want to jump around on a pogo stick all over different topics, but I think it's worth it to get up on a pogo stick for a second. um you see a lot of this stuff with, like, Elvis is still being marketed when you go into casinos. It's the Elvis machine, and you're over there playing it. A shake, a shake, a shake. They have all of his audio clips. They have his imagery and stuff. And this law is relatively new in the United States, that either a person signs, no one is to use my image, my face. But look at Bob Ross. How many of us love Bob Ross, the famous painter
Yeah,
with
of course.
the big
Yeah.
afro?
Hmm.
That whole company has like 40 people that go to work every day at the Bob Ross company. And I go into like stores, and there's Bob Ross bobblehead dolls, there's Bob Ross lunch boxes, there's Bob Ross toothpaste. It's the funniest, craziest stuff, you know. But one of the big things with blockchain that I've loved is putting these contracts up onto the blockchain with licensable content long after the person is gone.
Hmm.
And right now, a lot of artists are doing this. You can go onto the blockchain, you can like look at their music, you can purchase a license to use it in a commercial, you can purchase a license just to listen to it for 50 cents. You can purchase a license to put it in a movie, which is going to be a lot more money, obviously. Okay. Since it's all on the blockchain worldwide, people are able to go on and shop and get what they want. And what the artist is saying is, also, I've removed all of these agents and brokers who are ripping me off. and I don't need like, you know, iTunes to live to be on iTunes completely anymore. And now you're just this transaction is between Farah and the artist. Okay, Farah is paying 50 cents instead of 99 cents for a song, and she's directly downloading it from Whitney Houston's estate on the blockchain to her little, you know, player. And so you're exactly right, Istiak. There's reasons why this is so much better and so much
Absolutely.
safer and so much easier. Because if the contract's on the blockchain and you just sign it, yeah, I want to pay the $3,000 to use her music in a commercial that I'm going to produce and run all over Malaysia. Boom, there's the $3,000. And I have the license and the right. And I did that at 3 o'clock in the morning on the blockchain and never once had to contact the agent, the agency, calling all over Los Angeles to find, you know, who is actually in control of Whitney Houston's estate. And that took 4 weeks. This is all wasted time and idiocy.
Yeah.
And it's the old way of ripping people off and running everything. It's the constant problem that we hear about all the time. The brokers, the brokers, the brokers, the brokers. There's 9 brokers between me and the actual Whitney Houston estate. I went through 9 brokers, you know, to get what I wanted, licensable content. But if I had had this blockchain 10 years ago, I could have just gone online and gotten it. You're exactly right.
I think also it's empowering people. That's the most important part. All right, they are in charge of their work and their, you know, creation. This is I mean, it has not been that way forever. Okay, and it's starting to be that way. And you know, I'm in complete support of, you know, NFTs, you know, and blockchain solutions that empower artists, you know, everywhere around the world.
Absolutely. Look what happened with Netflix when, you know, the economic holocaust began in 2008. And they kicked out anyone that was over the age of 40 was thrown out of ABC, NBC, CBS, all the television stations, Fox. You know, anyone that made over 50,000 per year was on the chopping block. And now we can see we have the capability to deliver unbelievably good content, movies and TV series. We don't need to go beg people on Harvey Weinstein's casting couch anymore. Okay, or to have a secret meeting with Bill Cosby in his hotel room to get picked up to deliver the content to 205 countries. And people are just shocked. Like, you know, they come up to sit here in our movie theater in our home, and they're like, how are we like watching Netflix on your Xbox? I'm like, because we can. But how are you actually streaming Netflix through the Xbox onto this big screen TV, Marty? I'm like, let's just enjoy the film, and I'll explain it to you next week.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
Yeah.
Beautiful question, Farah.
So yeah, my next question is that, okay, 2021 has been a wild ride for most of us, and tell me, what are your top 3 favorite cryptocurrencies and in 2021, and what do you think will actually perform in 2022?
okay, well, so I think what's going to perform in 2022 is really anybody that's on the chain. Like, I've been surprised, Farah, to see whole cities in Poland take off all emergency services and get rid of all printers, and to be all over the news that now all ambulances and police response services with police cruisers and uniformed officers and fire trucks is all being controlled and run by the blockchain. And so to see a whole city make that commitment and getting rid of every last printer, no more papyrus, no more vellum, no more papyri, and no more parchment, to me was like, wow, unbelievable. So that's what I'm looking forward to in 2022 is more of that.
How about you,
Um,
Istia?
So when it comes to cryptocurrency, obviously I can't. I have never invested, so I don't really know I don't do that much research on, but I know that popular ones. That's it. But yeah, Farah, I'm going to skip on this one because I don't think I'm educated enough,
Okay,
to answer that.
I see. I think just my observation is that some of the very high ones are the speculative ones. Like Alice, it made around 60,000% in just overnight or in a day. Yeah, and some of these like Doggy and Shiba Inu, they're like more like news driven, or someone says something, someone relevant or significant to the industry, they actually say something and it makes the price moves. So I think it's very important to look at the underlying key drivers and the value drivers of the particular cryptocurrency before we actually put our money there. Yeah, I think that's it from me. Yeah.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree with you more about that. Yeah. Do your research, guys. I mean, some of these silly ones out there that have funny little names like Dancing Robot. I mean, they've put people in prison already and raided their headquarters. And then we've had even people disappear with like millions of dollars. Definitely do your research.
Perhaps we could do a show on the fundamentals that we should look at, that people can look at when investing in cryptocurrencies. Okay, because that's one of the
Yes.
things that some of our friends, some of my colleagues at GB always say, listen, look at the fundamentals. If the fundamentals are solid, it's just like investing in any stock. Okay, don't care about the hype. If the fundamentals are solid, invest, and then you can stick with it.
Yes.
Absolutely. And I would be remiss if I didn't say that I had not picked up on Algorand. It was suggested to us in a previous show, and so Algorand is a great one in my opinion. Of course, that's a private opinion. So you know, again, do your research, but I really have been very impressed with Algorand, and I'll put a little
Look at
a
that.
little clip in here about what they're doing. Who was that mentioned that to us, Farah? Um,
Mhm.
that they were investing in Algorand, and it was their big. Was that Nadeem Sheikh that mentioned he loved
I
Algorand?
can't remember. Perhaps so. Yeah, it's been quite a while. Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
Yeah.
there's also
So
Polkadot. Yeah.
look at that's their motto right there for Algorand.
Mhm.
I'll put like a little a let me put a precursor to that for Algorand so that everybody could see that. A world where everyone creates and exchanges value efficiently, transparently, and securely. You
Mhm.
could like remove Algorand and just put blockchain in front of that. A world where everyone creates and exchanges value efficiently, transparently, and securely. And the objective on all these is, again, like I've said. I mean, I'm ready to lose all of my money. That's very important. And don't be silly with your investments. But if you're going to get into this space, then you would need to be ready for that. And it's an unregulated, unlicensed, unregistered space. So there's Algorand's website, algorand.com, if you're interested in Algorand. And the objective, like anybody, is even Farah recommended to me the Pi Network, and then we'll wrap up for today. And wish everybody a happy new year. Catch you next year. But the objective is Farah recommended Pi to a whole bunch of us. I've built a Pi network. I've got about 20 people mining with me every day on Pi. I've got a security network, and we released mainnet this week. So and I staked a whole bunch of my Pi, over 1,000 shares of Pi. I staked it on a 2-year stake. It's the longest stake available, and it's going to pay several 100%. But I'm not allowed to touch anything for 2 years. Which, I mean, honestly, who cares? I don't care. All of this stuff is all like Bitcoin. It's like, for me, it's an 8-year investment. And if my Algorand that I paid 50 cents for is worth $2 or $100, or like Bitcoin, it's gone up to $40,000, $50,000. yeah, we have clients like this with Morgan Stanley. They took $91,000, put it in Bitcoin, 9 years ago, and cashed out at 375 million, like a year ago. Okay. That's the objective of all this. You put a little bit of something in there. You hope to heck, you pray to Allah, you pray to Yahweh, you pray to God, you pray at your temple, you pray to Buddha that, maybe in 8 years it'll be worth 50 times what it was. Okay.
Marty, did you hear about the Bitcoin wallet that just woke up after 11 years?
Oh my gosh, no.
Did you hear about that? Huh?
No,
Yeah,
but I've been following all the
the-
lawsuits with Satoshi Nakamoto here in Florida. We finally finished all those lawsuits this month.
Yeah, I kept in touch with, I kept up with that. But yeah, some Bitcoin wallet just came alive, which had about $6,000 or $7,000 invested of Bitcoin. All right. And transferred $21 million out.
Wow.
Wow.
Amazing.
Wow.
Right.
Well, Farah, did you have any more questions?
Not exactly questions, but I think the trend is going also towards metaverse, and the top five metaverse tokens that we are watching is Decentraland, Sandbox, Engine, AXX, and Render tokens. So I'm actually just waiting for us to build something in metaverse, but I have to actually get the Oculus first soon. Yeah,
Yeah,
we're going
well,
to
I'll
actually.
see you in there when you
Yeah,
come in.
yeah. So I can't wait to have like a USPSC in metaverse, and then we'll have a crypto genius show inside there. Yeah,
Exactly.
That'd be awesome.
Well, you guys be
yeah.
good, and I will talk to you again next year. Thank you again for another
Yeah.
fantastic show, and
Thank
be
you,
safe out
Marty.
there.
Thank you. It's
Thank you for the invite,
yeah.
Marty, as
Take
always.
Happy New
Take
Year,
care.
2022. All the best for the new year.